Welcome guys to another Tales of Middle-earth. As you know, I'm your host, Adam, and today I got Joe back with me, and we have a nice little thematic mission that we'll be playing. Not that it's a thematic mission in the sense that it's one of the scenarios from the book, but it's just the armies that we have going. And why do I say that? Well, what are you playing today?
I'm playing Iron Hills. I don't know if the camera can actually...
No, I can't really see them down there.
I'm playing Iron Hills, so Dain and 3 captains and just a bunch of warriors.
And I'm playing Smaug. So we're playing 700 points on the dot. And the mission that we rolled up is to the death. So the whole premise behind this little story that we're doing is, I guess... Dain and the Iron Hills are coming in search of Thorin and his company when they've ran into Dale and ran into a large problem in the form of Smaug, obviously.
Yeah, I guess this would happen like maybe
shortly after.
Yeah, a couple months after.
Maybe, who knows? But it doesn't really matter. That's how we're doing. That's what we're doing with it. So I have one model. Compared to Joe's a bunch, but that's okay.
About 30 models?
Yeah, but I only need one.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see how he does. So let's show you the armies, then we'll show you the board, and we'll get right into the game from there. So for today's 700-point match, this here is my army. It is Smaug. And you see Bilbo all the way down there. I actually haven't used him on the channel yet. I did attempt to film a... battle report with them once, but the sound was really off, so I couldn't actually use it whatsoever for the matchup. So that is my 700-point army. We'll show you Joe's next. And this is Joe's 700 points of Iron Hill Dwarves. Are you using the airborne reclaimed rules, or are you just going straight up Iron Hill Dwarves?
Doesn't actually make... Well,
it doesn't make a difference.
Iron Hills, because
it doesn't really make a difference. So yeah. So why don't you walk us through what you have?
All right, so I have Dain on board as my leader.
Absolutely, it makes sense.
Captain with a war spear and a goat.
Yep.
And then 2 Iron Hills captains who are just stand-ins right now. They're the guys with the spears straight up.
Okay.
And then the rest, which is 25 perhaps, Iron Hills warriors, and they all have spear and shield.
That is a lot. So that is Joe's 700 points for today's match. I'll show you the board next. And this here is the board that we are playing on. So it is cobblestone streets and ruined buildings. Don't mind the diaper box that you might see in the back. That just stores my kids' stuff out in my man cave. But that there is the board that we are playing on next. So we'll roll for deployment next. So with Joe, he ended up for his first warband with 1 captain and 6 Iron Hill Dwarves. Roll a 6 to set up his guy, so we just put him right on the 24-inch center line, right there in the center of the board. So my 1 warband, Smaug, rolled a 5. I'm going to be setting up anywhere I want. And so the dominating presence that is Smaug has been set up right on that road, right in front of those lonely little dwarves right there. He is on the board, I promise. His wing and tail is sort of hanging off the side of it, though. So we'll just be careful with that. And Joe, with his captain on foot, rolled a 2. So he's going to set him up within the first 12 inches, or closest 12 inches towards the center of the board. So Joe has finished setting up the rest of his guys. We didn't even bother rolling for them because he wanted to set everybody up on the 24-inch mark. Right there, straight across from Smaug, right there. So we'll come back for round 1 priority. Here's turn 1 priority. I got a 3 to Joe's 1. So priority goes to Smaug. So just so everybody knows, that captain right there, which is the Iron Hill Dwarf with the spear straight up in the air, has called a heroic march this turn. So during Smaug's movement, he just moved up 6 inches. And he is going to attempt a mobilize, holy crud, compel on the captain over there that did the heroic march, or called the heroic march. So I need a 4+ with a 3 point of will. That's a 3. I ain't not miting that, so he's just going to let it go for this round.
Okay.
End of the movement phase. This is what it looks like. Joe moved up all these guys their normal distance, and then all these guys heroic march, including Dain, who's really spear fronting that there and decided to charge in really close to Smaug. And then the guys that were over on the far side there are just moving on the other side of that building. So we'll come back with round 1 shooting phase next. Round 1. Joe really wants me to roll a 1 because I'm going to spend a point of will from Smaug for breathe fire onto the captain right there at the end. Dain is within 2 inches of him, which is scary. So he did move, so he has a shoot value of 3+ instead of needing a 2. So I'm hoping for something good. I might even mite this. There's a 6. It hits. So strength 10 on the captain, who does not have a guy beside him on
he's
2 guys.
only defense 8.
8.
Oh, that was a mistake.
So I need 3s to wounds, which is not a wound. But I do get to re-roll ones, but I think it's only combat.
Yeah.
So against dwarves.
Pretty sure.
Well, we'll double check.
We'll see.
Let's see. Smog, no, where is it here? Making strikes. Yeah, make strikes against dwarves. Yeah. Only in combat. Boo. Just so you know, after trying to set ablaze these dwarves, I am hitting up to this guy here, that third dwarf, with the blaze, as well as the boar and Dain. So I'm going to do the boar first.
Come on.
It's a 1! Oh! No! Going up against Dain. Yeah. So there's a 6, so Dain has a wound.
Okay.
So, and then he's set on fire as well.
Right.
And then the dwarf right beside the captain. Another
terrible
1.
Luck.
Wow. The second dwarf wins, so the kneeling. Let's see what happens there. That's a dead dwarf.
You can only get 1s and 6s.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And then the third dwarf in from the captain is also dead.
Dead? Yeah.
Dead. Strength 10 for the initial hit.
Okay.
And so the 2 guys, yep. And then Dain also has a wound that you need to save.
Right.
And if you don't save it,
I'm dead.
You're dead.
So, first fate.
No.
Fails. Second fate.
Fails. That's 2 ones.
Oh
no! Oh no!
Third fate.
Oh, 3 ones. Sorry. All 3 fate or will?
All 3 might because I don't really have a choice.
Yep.
And save Dain's life.
Save Dain's life. All right. He's not dead. Out of might, out of will.
Snap.
For fate, from that 1 round of shooting. That is scary. There's no combats this phase, so we'll come back to priority next. Round 2 priority after seeing all that. So I have a 3. Any heroics, Joe?
Yes, sir.
Any heroics? Not with Dain.
Not with Dain.
So at the beginning of the movement phase, both Smaug and there is another captain down there called a heroic move. I had to because I want Smaug to be able to move and do stuff before the dwarves. So with that said, over here, this captain here is going to try to also get his heroic move for free and counter. So Joe needs to roll a d6. On a 5+, he does get it for free. So it's a 1.
No.
Stop rolling 1s! Yeah. I like that, but stop it, because it just isn't fun. So now we need to both roll off to see who gets the heroic move. So I guess 1, 2, 3 is me. And
you have priority, actually, right?
Nope.
Oh, no. Priority.
Sorry, I do have priority, so I have to roll. 1, 2, 3 is me, 4, 5, 6, Joe. And 2. So it goes to me.
All right.
Yes! So during the movement phase, for my heroic move, because I got the roll off, Smaug has just moved back 4 inches, also making sure that Dain is outside of 8, so he cannot charge. There is that much of a gap in between the base. And I am not going to compel him this turn either. I'll use a free one, actually.
So this puts you down, or you're at 5 right now, right?
Yeah, this is his free one, so this is 4 up. There's a 6.
Okay, 6, eh? Oh, what's Dain got to lose?
Here's a resistance roll. And there's no 6 there, so he is compelled. And so for the movement from the compel, Dain is just going to be moved up to about there. Right there, so we can't move, and everybody else, when they move up, will be in close proximity to Dain as well. So we completely forgot during the end phase that Dain and those 2 were set aflame. So we'll roll for the boar. I need a 5 to wound the boar with the set ablaze. It is wounded.
It is.
Dain, needing a 6, not.
Right.
And then the captain over here need a 6, and the regular guy need a 5. So here's against captain. There's a 6. So
okay, I'll see if I prevent that with fate.
Yep.
And it does. Ooh!
What is up with your rolls of 1s? So he takes a wound, and then against the regular guy, I need a 5. And it's a 3, so nothing.
All right.
End of the movement phase, this is what it looks like. We got Dain out in the middle of nowhere. And then all the other dwarves circling around, and these guys are coming around the side as well. They're going into the Tunnel of Death. We'll come back with shooting next. In the shooting phase, Smaug here, who is trying to defend his horde and vanquish these vile dwarves, is shooting his fiery breath into that guy right there, because he can hit those 2 guys on the end with the fire, and these 2 as well, as that captain that has no fate left, but does have 1 will. So I did move 6 inches or less, so I need a 4 up, or 3 up, sorry. There's a 3, so I hit. So for the center guy, which was the initial hit, strength 10 versus D8, I need 3s. He's dead.
He's dead.
The guy off to the left, or the bottom of the screen, needing 3s. He's also dead.
This guy.
This guy here. Captain.
6.
6. He's very dead.
He's dead.
Yeah, that's true. The guy up at the top there. It's another 6.
Wow.
My dice are rolling good for this right now. And that last guy there is also dead.
Also dead.
That's a lot of dead dwarves.
A lot of dead dwarf.
And that is the end of the shooting. I have no combats. We'll come back with round 3.
Woo. What a slug.
End of the round, actually. Dain, who is on fire, same with board, both take hits. So we need 5s on, or 6. Yeah, 5s on the board, 6s on Dain.
Yeah.
So here's the board.
Board dies.
Board dies. Dain gets a throw and rider test, so he's fine. And then I need 6s on Dain. That's a 3, so nothing. Nothing. Here we go. Turn 3 priority. Joe needs this. I want it. I got a 3.
2.
Any heroics, Joe?
I'm going to use my last might from this captain here and call it heroic move.
That captain there?
Yep.
All right. I'm not countering.
Okay.
Because I'll let Dain charge me.
Stop.
The end of the move phase, this captain right there did call a heroic move. I didn't counter because I knew he could only get Dain in on Smaug there. So I let Dain charge in there. He's going to try doing some damage. So there's no shooting this phase. We'll come back to combats next. All right. So combats. Smaug versus Dain right down there.
Dain
so I have 4 attacks.
Dain is obviously
Dain has
3 because he always does.
Always does. I got a 6. I take it with
Damn.
the die, the Witch King die. So I didn't charge you, so you're not knocked down.
Right.
But I am going to barge.
Okay.
Barge, what that allows me to do is to push you back like normal, but you get a strength 9 hit, so which is really, really good.
Right. Okay.
So with the barge, Dain is being pushed back 3 inches, right to there. Bam. Like so. And then I'm going to try to charge Dain with Smaug. So I need to roll a d6, see how far I can move after the barge. Actually, let's do the strength 9 hit versus Dain first. So I need 4s. It's a 3, so
3.
Nothing. So then I need to roll to see how far I get to move.
Get a 1. Get a 1.
6.
A 6. Oh,
so we'll see where I go with Dain. Or with Smaug, I mean. So after the movement for Smaug, he is on Dain and one other guy there. So I'm going to do that combat again.
Alright.
So
Well, better luck this time. I'll have this guy be the other guy.
Other guy, yeah.
Fun.
I need a 6. There it is right there.
not
I
gonna
do
bother
take
rolling.
it. No. So they're both knocked down because my monstrous momentum, I believe is what it's called. So I'll put it 1 attack against the regular guy down there. And so I need 4s. Your defense? No, 7. You're only 7 because there's nobody. So I need 3s. So he's very dead with that 5. And I have 3 more attacks up against Dain. Yeah, I have 4 attacks in total. 3 more attacks doubled into 6. And your defense 8.
Yep.
So I need 4s here.
Okay.
And these could kill you. I need 3 of them. I need 3 of them. And that's a lot. There's a very dead Dain there because that 2 doesn't do it, but the rest do. Dain is removed from the board.
And that's my leader.
End of the round. This is what it looks like. I have nobody on fire anymore either.
Yeah.
They're all dead. They were all burnt to crisp. So I guess it's priority. Next round. Here we go. Got a 1. You automatically get it. I'm not calling any heroics, so I'll let you do your thing.
All right.
And so during Joe's movement, he is charging in with the captain here. He does have a -1 to his courage roll.
So he's courage 5.
Yep.
And goes down to 4.
Yep.
Needs a 6, and he gets a 4.
4. He doesn't have enough will to...
That is ugly.
No.
I need this, though, so I shall use his 1 will and 1 might.
So he has 1 might left.
1 might left.
And he charges in.
Charge in.
Onto Smaug. Over here, we have the captain that's right down at the wing there. That is also charging into Dain. And he has 1 will left.
Charging into Smaug.
Smaug. I said Dain. I have Dain on the mind right now. So here's a roll. And so 5 plus 4 is only 9. So he will have to use his will.
Use his 1 will as well.
And he does charge in. So that ain't good for me. So, the end of the movement phase. These guys just moved up. That guy stayed stationary, so I can't fly over the back of him. And then everybody else just charged in over here and on that side. So Joe rolled most of the rolls off the camera, which is okay. I don't mind. It makes it a little bit quicker. So there's no shooting. There's only combats. So let's see what happens. The captain down here on foot is calling a heroic strike. Smaug is fight 9 already.
So I need a 5.
You need a 5
to beat you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're fighting
Scary.
5.
But
well.
check out this die roll, though.
Yeah. I am not.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's me.
Alright, so 3.
Which brings me up to fight 8.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Alright, so Smaug has a higher fight.
Okay, get your 1s.
Here we go.
I see 1s.
I see 1s and 2s. Let's see what you roll.
Okay.
I had 2 highest. 2 highest. That was bound to happen. Bound to happen.
Iron Hills captain on goat first.
Yep. And you get 4, so you take it right there.
Unless
Let's
you would
see.
use might. But
I might. I'll
just
see what
roll
else.
with some
Yeah.
guys. The 5 guys.
If you get a 5, I can't do anything. So
and
there's a 6 right there. So I can't do anything about that. So I can't be trapped. You back away. And,
technically, not if I kill you, which I think is possible.
But
I
don't think it's possible, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Starting off with the strikes, there's 5 over here. And
what's your defense?
Defense 9.
Okay, so I need 5s by, or 6s by 5.
Something like that.
Or no, I think it's 6s by 4. I'm not sure. We'll find out.
Yes.
And here's the strikes.
Not a
I don't
single
see many
6.
6s there.
No 6 whatsoever.
Okay.
And we're gonna next is gonna be the 4 guys here, the 2 spear support and the 2 front guys. So they need 6s by 5s. See 2 6s, which is really good.
And
1 is a wound, so he is down to 19 wounds.
first blood.
Then you have the 2 captains left. This captain here on the ram does have might left. The other one does not. So you might want to break it down in case you want that extra wound and use the might.
I'll strike with my standing captain first.
Okay, so 2 attacks from him. Nothing.
Nothing. And then the 1
3
on the
Yep.
goat.
There's a 6.
There's a 6.
Let's see if it turns into something. And
A 1.
nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. So Smaug has been nicked by those dwarves. Those dwarves do move back the full inch. And we'll see what happens next.
Nicked is the...
So this is what the board looks like. Just Smaug and some dwarves down there. You do have 1 might left with that Ram Rider captain. And so we'll do priority, see what happens. I got a 2. Woo!
I got a 2 as well.
You
Goes
had
to
it.
you.
You had it last. Goes to me.
Oh, wow.
Gonna call anything with your 1 point of might?
Yes, sir. I'm going to use my last point of might.
Alright. I'll use my second last point of might, leaving me at 1 might left and 4 will. And I'll do a heroic move, obviously.
Just for fun. I don't think it actually makes much difference, but I'll see if I can counter or do a heroic move with my other captain. And he cannot.
No. Alright. So, 1 to 3 it's me. 4 to 6 it's you. 3
It goes
to
you.
Smaug. Alright. And Smaug for his movement is just going to jump over all these guys and charge into this one lone guy on the back. We're going to try to fit him in there without the tree. Get off! And Smaug ends his movement right there, charging into that one lone Iron Hill dwarf. So for the counter movement, Joe's going to charge with the captain here. And that is not... No.
He has nothing left to start to...
No might, no will, so he cannot modify that die roll. So he stays where it is.
Not enough.
Joe over here is going to be moving that guy there. Going to try to get him into range, and he definitely loves it with a 10.
Yeah.
So he gets into range and charges Smaug as well.
This guy's just going to...
Spear sport.
Spear sport.
Awesome. Over here, next guy is going to try to charge.
Charge test.
Yep. And that's a 6, so that is nothing.
It's not pass.
Nope, because you only have courage 3 right now.
I'll do this next guy.
Yep.
Right here.
So just, yep.
Oh, actually, this guy here.
Where?
This, that guy right
All
there.
right. Nothing with a 4.
All right, this guy here.
Okay. He's
passes. Now this guy will come support.
End of the movement phase. This is what it looks like. Joe did manage to get 3 dwarves on the Smaug and 3 supporters. Everybody else is just starting to circle around, as well as the guys that failed, that are sitting back doing nothing. So no shooting this phase. So we'll come back with combats. All right, Smaug and his 4 attacks against Joe's 6.
You get a
I get a 4 highest.
4. And I get a 6.
You do get a 6.
6.
Whoa!
You have 1 might.
I can barely see it.
Yeah.
Yes, I only have 1 might, so I can't do anything about that 6. So, do you wound him is the question.
Here goes. 6 strikes. All at strength 4. 1.
I see 1 6 right there. Needing a 5.
Oh, snap.
I'm down to 18 wounds. Getting there. We're getting there. So, all you guys do get pushed back that inch, and then we'll come back with priority for the next round. And priority next round. I got a 4. To Joe's 5. I'm going to let him have it. I'm not going to use my last might yet.
All right.
So we have some movement that Joe needs to do here for his turn, and some courage rules.
I'm going to be starting to take my courage shots with this guy right here.
Yep. He's
And
in.
Thank God he passed. Now he's going to slip.
Next guy here is just going to be charging as well on the end. And he's in with a
passes.
7. Next guy over is going to also charge Smaug, of course. He's definitely in. Everybody's loving it today. This guy here is going to charge. No, he's not.
No.
Double 1s.
This next, or
The guy up?
Yeah, this guy right here.
Okay, the next guy. No.
Not happy either.
Guy in front there. No.
Okay, so these 3 cannot move.
No. This guy here. He is in
Just
with a
barely.
7, just barely. Next guy over there. He's also in, just barely. Captain's going to be Joe's next go, so let's see if he can make it in.
No!
So yeah, rolled a 3 in total, so he's not going anywhere. Gonna charge with these guys up here first, then Joe's going to try charging with that guy next. So
First
he's
guy
in.
gets in.
The next guy there
Next guy
is also
is
in.
also in.
And then just going to probably
give us
support with one of them. Yeah, makes sense.
There we are.
So that is the end of the movement phase.
Actually, this guy
except
did
for
not move. I'll go right there.
That's right. All right, that's the end of the movement phase now. We'll come back with combats next. Smaug here needs to win this combat. So, I have 4 dice. I need a 6 because he can't heroic strike because he got no might left or anything like that. I got a 6. Couple of 6s.
Multiple 6s.
Right there. So,
Alright.
do I barge is the question.
It's a lot of strength 9.
That's a lot of strength 9 hits against a bunch of people because everybody would be moving. Everybody involved in the barge gets a strength 9 hit.
Yeah.
I'm barging.
Alright.
All right. So Smaug with his barge, Joe's deciding not to make way with any of them, or to move the back row back. So basically, all these guys are moving back 3 inches. I was going to send them all through somebody, so that way they have to also make way. But it's technically may make way. And so all of them, the front ranks are going to fall prone right where they are.
I guess technically this guy right here just backs off.
Well, it's in my direction of my choosing.
Right.
Right? So I put them through somebody, forcing you to choose if they were going to back off or not.
Yeah, I guess. I
And
have
so
no idea how that works, actually.
The front 7 guys, though, would still take strength 7 hits, or strength 9 hits, sorry.
Yep.
So there's 7 of them. So I'm just going to roll them all together. And so there's 7 dice there. And then
actually, hold on. Because they need...
scratch that. I need 3s up against these guys, so I'm going to roll those guys first. Both those guys are dead. So those 2 are taken off. The other 5 dwarves, these guys here, I need 4s up against them. Dropping dice. So I only get 2 of those guys. So I'll just take out the guys on the end here.
Alright.
The other 3 guys are knocked prone, and I'm just going to recharge them again. So, because why not?
Yep.
They're prone. So here's my dice rolls. I get a 5 highest. I do have 1 might left if I need it. And so you have 6 dice.
Actually, I can't support a second time. So I will be shielding.
All right.
Because I'm knocked over.
6 dice. Either way.
Yep. And I get a 6.
All right. I will take the might point.
Use it.
And use it.
All right.
So I have no might left with Smaug. So it doesn't really matter how I do this. I need 4 still.
Yep.
Actually, no, I need 3 because you're knocked prone. You don't get your shield bonus when you have somebody else knocked prone beside you. So, here we go. Needing 3s.
And I see multiple wounds.
I see multiple wounds. There's a bunch there, all but 1. And around this is what the board looks like. All these guys are stationary, right where they are. I can't say stationary, but are right where they were when they were supporting spears. And the front 7 have been slain by Smaug. Joe is broken now after those 7 dying as well, so we'll come back with priority for the next turn. Here we go, priority. I got a 1 to Joe's 6. That's very definitive. So this captain right there with a spear straight up, he's going to make his courage test at the beginning of the round, see if everybody else makes it. He gets a -1 to it. So he is good with a roll of an 8.
And he will...
After making that courage test, he's going to then make another courage test to charge Smaug. And decides that's a good thing as well.
And he passed.
Next, this captain down here is going to charge into Smaug.
Or actually, this is to pass.
Or to pass, sorry.
And
he does not, so he runs. Ah! That guy down there, courage test, charge Smaug. And that's a 10, so he makes it. Really can't see it, but that is literally like, that is a 5. You can just see it, just barely.
All right.
And then next,
let's go. Sport.
Sport, yep.
Courage test.
Yep. He loves it with a 7. And then spear sport, I'm assuming, yep.
This guy here.
Yep.
Or this guy here.
Yeah. Oh, all your dwarves are loving it right now. Spear support. Yep.
And the last guy back in there.
Yeah, you got 1 more guy plus spear support if you want it.
He fails.
He fails.
The next
other guy
he
also fails. All right, we'll come back with the combats next. So there's no heroics or anything like that. So I guess it just matters. It means Smaug needs to roll a 6. Doesn't really matter because you can't stop him. And there it is.
Multiple 6s.
We got 2 6s. So I am going to barge.
Figures.
Again. So you're going to make way with your back guys because I'm just going to send the 4 guys up front straight through the guy's back.
Yeah, might as well not.
Might as well not. Okay, so I'm going to roll the wound on the captain first. So he is defense 8.
Is he touching 2 buttons?
Yeah, there's 2 guys there. So it's defense 9. So I need 4s. I need 4s either way. So so there's a wound up against captain.
Okay.
He
still has his fate.
Yes, that one does.
And he fails.
He fails. So that is a wound on him. And he's knocked prone. The guy to the left does not get wounded. And then the guy to the left of that group there does get wounded. And then to the right is also wounded as well.
All right.
So just to continue on with the barge, I'm just going to charge into the 2 prone guys. And I'm not actually going to knock them down just to prevent any damage to the models. Right. So there is a captain and a regular guy.
They may as well shield.
Yep. So Smaug needs a 6. I do get it.
Right there. Get it.
So let's see if I can take them out. And they are both very crunchy and good with ketchup.
All right.
And that does actually take Joe down to 25%. Correct?
It does.
All right.
That puts me at 6 models.
Oh, no. We will come back with the After Action Report next. All right, guys. Welcome to the After Action Report. You just saw Smaug versus the Iron Hill Dwarves. Joe, what was your thoughts?
Smaug's pretty good.
For 700 points.
For 700 points.
Yeah.
Axe 8.
Unfortunately, you had no shooting. That was unfortunate, right? You were talking earlier about wanting some crossbows for your Iron Hill Dwarves.
That might make a difference.
That would make a huge difference, I think. So especially if you rolled any 6s to hit and then wounded afterwards, then I take...
Now, how does that work?
So if you roll a 6 to hit Smaug, and then you wound him after that, I take number of wounds equal to the strength of the weapon. So if it's strength 4, so you roll a whole bunch of those, Smog's going bye-bye.
Yeah, that's pretty good, considering a single hit with that. Twice the wounds I did to you this game. That's true, exactly. You've only did 2 wounds this game, and so 1 single crossbow shot from that would have been double the amount of wounds. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it is.
Where are we? Missing skill. Yeah, roll a 6 to hit in the shooting. Then the successful wound, Smaug suffers a number of wounds equal to the strength value of the missile weapon used. So really, you still got to roll a 6 by 4.
6 and another 6.
6 by 4.
Okay,
6 by 4.
6, 6, and then a 4.
Yeah, 2 6s in a row.
Which is, yeah.
And then a 4. It can happen.
It can happen.
It can happen. There's luckier things.
There are no Legolas.
Or there's some unlucky things that happen too. Right? Like this match. So you had a pretty unlucky round there.
Yeah, it wasn't one of my best ones. I'm glad this was no tournament.
No! Dain, like, losing all his might and all his fate in one go.
Yeah.
That's
3
pretty scary.
1s for the fate. That was the clincher.
Yeah, yeah. And then you had to burn all your might just to save him. Because if not, he would have died from the fire.
Yeah.
Right? So it makes sense. Absolutely. So I really don't know what else to say. Like, Smaug is Smaug. I've only used him a handful of times. Usually he's sitting up there on my shelf in the back. And I've enjoyed him every time I've played with him. Just, he is a powerhouse for 700 points, so, especially against things that don't have shootings. Like, there's one time where I had a couple of other players over, Chris and Joe, Chris and Travis. And we had a 3-on-1 battle because I had one of my friends, Matt, here, and it was just Smaug versus a whole bunch of models thrown together that they had. They had 1,000 points, and I still managed to beat them with Smaug.
Because he's nice and mobile too.
I can move him 12 inches, right? And we played on an 8x4 board, and we were playing lengthwise, I could move around and everything too on that whole 12-foot board, or 8-foot board with that 12-inch movement. So, I really like the barge attack with Smaug though. That is effective, right? So super powerful. Then recharge, especially when you don't make way, right? Yeah. And then they're prone, and I just jump on them again. So.
And I like it 'cause that's probably the monstrous strike you see the least.
Yeah. But with Smaug, I probably would do it the most.
Yeah.
In all honesty,
you might as well just.
Hurling's good, but you have a whole bunch of models that are in base contact. So it's one of those things that Smaug, once you decide not to freaking back up and disengage them with the barge, I will just jump on them again because they're prone. Yeah. So that is it. Well, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the match. Leave your comments on that below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, ignite your hobby.